It's your girl, it's your girl, it's your girl, it's your girl. Y'all, what's up? This is another broke and retired video. But I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I want to talk to people that's senior citizens or 50, 60, 70 and up. Just felt like I'm driving, so I just felt like having a conversation with you. Something that I experienced in the last couple of days. And I'm quite sure I'm not the only one that has experienced this. And I want to get your take on it. I want to share my senior moments, with you and see if it's just me. Because it can't just be me. Come on, what are they doing? It just can't just be me. I'm sure some of y'all do the same things. And it's not just because I'm 66. It's not just because I'm retired. It's not just because they consider me a senior citizen. It's just because I am who I am, okay? The other day, it was like, it had to be a good 100 degrees where I live. And I went out walking. Now, I have a YMCA membership, and I also have a rec center in my area that has a track where I could walk. But this particular morning, I'm looking out my window because when I get up, right, I sit in front of my window because I take my blood pressure every single morning. I take my blood pressure every morning. And while I was sitting at the window taking my blood pressure, I seen other people just outside walking. And it just looked like, oh, that just seems so nice, something to do. So I decided, well, I'm going to go out walking. I want to walk outside, instead of going to the YMCA in the air condition where it's not 100 degrees. So I went out walking, and I thought it was early. It was like 8 a.m. So I'm thinking, oh, it got to be cooler than 100 degrees outside, right? So I get out there. Usually I walk 15 minutes one way and 15 minutes back. But this day, I said, you know what? I've been walking 15 minutes. I've been walking 30 minutes for a while. Maybe I need to amp it up 5 more minutes each way. So that would have been 40-minute walk, right? So I did really good. My first 20 minutes, I did really good. I'm not really sure how many miles I walked, but I walked for 20 minutes one way, right? And I felt pretty good. I didn't have any water with me. I hadn't drinking anything. When I did take my blood pressure that morning, it was kind of low because it was like 118. So that was kind of low. So my blood pressure was low. I hadn't eaten anything. And I drank a couple of swallows of water, maybe a cup of water before I left home, which obviously wasn't enough. So I am on my way back because I walked my 20 minutes there. So I'm on my way back to do my next 20 minutes. And about 10 minutes into my walk, I don't know, a couple of minutes into my walk, I think it was 10, close to 10 minutes, halfway back home, I stopped to talk to this lady that I seen sitting on her porch. And I'm talking to her, we're having a nice, great conversation about retirement and senior citizen and all of that we're talking about. Well, as I'm standing there talking to her outside, I started feeling some kind of way. Like, it wasn't a pain. It was like a, I'm going down type of feeling. So I said to her, I said, hey, could you please get me some water? Do you have any water? And she said, yes. But by the time she came back outside with the water, I was already on the ground, y'all. I could no longer stand on my feet. And I felt myself going down, but there was nothing I could do about it. And I started feeling real weak and extremely hot. And some kind of feeling in the pit of my stomach. I can't even explain it. It wasn't pain. I don't know what it was because I never felt this before. And I was just thinking it wasn't much of anything. So by the time she came back out there, I'm on the ground. So, and God is so good and gracious. This lady is a nurse. She said, oh, I'm a nurse, I could help you. And I was like, look at God. Like, out of all places I could have fell out at, it's in front of a nurse's home. A home where a nurse lives. Not a nursing home. A home where a nurse lives, right? So she takes off my socks and my shoes because she wanted, I don't know what the reason for that is. I'm not sure. Maybe some of y'all that are in the medical field know why she wanted to take off my socks and my shoes. In 2 miles, take exit 14 for Falls of Noose Road. So after she took off my socks and shoes, I said I was feeling so faint. I ended up taking off my bra too. So I'm sitting in this in grass that I'm really allergic to grass because it usually just breaks me out from head to toe. But I'm sitting in this grass with some shorts on, no socks, no shoes, no bra, sweating like a hog, y'all. Sweating like a hog in a pen. So eventually, well, she gave me the water and I started drinking it. And I kept trying to get up and she was like, no. Sit down. You gotta wait. So I decided to listen. And as I'm sitting there, I started feeling weaker and weaker. And I only kept taking sips of this water, not like gulping it down, which I probably should have done. I don't know what I was even thinking that whole day. Like, why did I even go out? And they had a weather advisory saying it was dangerously hot outside. Like, I don't understand why I didn't check to make sure what the weather was, because I knew it was going to be hot, but I didn't think it was hot right then. But obviously I was wrong. So I'm sitting in the grass on the ground in front of this stranger's house. In a half mile, take exit 14 for Falls of Noose Road. Sitting in front of her house, and she was so nice, y'all. I felt like she was an angel sent from God, right? And I told her, I said, I feel like you've saved my life, because had I just passed out in front of nowhere, who would have been there to help me, right? So I am so grateful to God that he watched over me, right? So eventually what happened was, I said, the last thing I want to do, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Falls. I said, the last thing I want to do is call my daughter. I didn't want to call, but then I said, maybe I could make it, maybe I can walk home the rest of the way, which would have been like another maybe 10, 15 minutes. Well, the lady didn't want me to do that. She was like, no, call your daughter. I was like, y'all, I don't feel like hearing Destiny Lachey's mouth. So eventually I ended up calling her because I didn't really have a choice. Because how else was I going to get home? Called my daughter and she had a whole fit, y'all. Ma, why you walking that heat? Let me find out you need to have an alert bracelet. Like, why are you doing this? You know better. I mean, she just ripped me from one side to the other side. And I don't really blame her, because I would have done the same thing had my... At the light, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Falls of Noose Road. I would have done the same thing had my mom done something so silly, so thoughtless, like so crazy, so stupid. I would have been mad too. So my daughter really wasn't feeling that great herself that morning. That's another reason why I didn't want to call her, because she wasn't feeling that great herself. So she in turns calls my sister Tina, because Tina only lives like 8 minutes from me, where it would have taken Destiny maybe 15 minutes to get to me. Let me drink some water. So she calls Tina, and Tina comes to get me. And in the meantime, y'all, now I'm on this real busy street. Cars are piling up. They're stopping. They're getting out of their cars. They're asking, am I okay? Is there anything they can do? And it was really embarrassing, y'all, because it didn't have to happen that way. It didn't have to happen that way, but it was my fault, right? So the people in the neighborhood were stopping and asking, is there anything they could do? Can they help or anything? But by that time, everything was under control and I started feeling better. So Tina got there maybe 10 minutes later. I'm still on the ground now. At this point, when Tina gets there, I am drenched like somebody, like that lady had taken that water and just poured it on my head. I was soaked from head to toe. My t-shirt, Tina was like, you are so wet. My t-shirt and everything I had on was soaking wet. Grass all in my hair, grass all over my wet clothes. Like I looked like, I don't know what I looked like. I wish Tina had taken a picture, but anyway, she didn't. So by the time I got home, Tina came. She was so nice to come pick me up and take me home. So the first thing I did when I got home, excuse me, was take a shower, change my clothes, get something to eat, drink water, and relax. The moral of the story is, y'all, and like I say, my family was so upset and mad with me because it scared them. It scared me. The moral of the story is, even though we think we know, sometimes we don't know. I thought I knew better, right? This is why I can't get upset with my family when I do things that I know I shouldn't do. So my daughter starts thinking it's a senior moment. It's something senior going on up here, right? And I'm like, Destiny, why does it have to be that because I'm 66, I can't think clearly? Because I'm not accepting that, right? I just didn't think clearly that day. Does that count? But I'm just here to tell you, if you are a senior citizen and you have family that loves you and care about you and want the best for you, kind of listen to them, I guess. Kind of do what they say. Because like now, I feel like my daughter said, well, Ma, now you can't leave home without telling me where you are. Now get this. She has a tracker on my phone. She knows everywhere I am at every single moment. She can track me no matter where I am and no matter what I do, right? But now she's talking about getting me an alert bracelet. Now, you know, like that thing that say, I fallen and I can't get up. I said, Des, you're not playing with me. Now, I'm not senile or anything, and I don't have dementia or Alzheimer's. You're not finna treat me like I do. But I have decided that, okay, I should listen to them and let them know where I am and what I'm doing. She said I should have called her that morning and told her I was going walking, and then she would have advised me that, hey, do you know it's 100 degrees outside? And then I would have been persuaded not to go. So I do get it. I do get it. Because I'm glad that they love me enough to keep track of me. But sometimes it can be so annoying. So seniors, listen. If you have children, grandchildren, or spouses, or anybody that's trying to keep you safe, because that's all it is, trying to keep you safe, then listen to them. Listen to them. I'm going to listen to my family from now on because that feeling that I had laying on that ground soaking wet did not feel good, and it could have been avoided. And I thank God that He allowed me to be able to recover from that. And the reason why I know it was heat exhaustion, because the minute I got home and out of the sun and took a shower, immediately I felt better. There was nothing hurting me. I wasn't feeling any residual from it. I was 100% better after that. So that's how I know. Even the nurse that was helping me at that point said it was heat exhaustion, because I'm relatively healthy. For a 66-year-old, I'm pretty healthy, right? So now that it's still really, really hot here where I live, I go to the YMCA. Like, I'm headed to the YMCA right now to do my little workout, to do my walk, and to get on the Stairmaster, and to be in the air condition, because I enjoy, like my doctor recommended that I exercise, walk or do something 30 minutes every single day. And I try my hardest, y'all. I think Sunday that just passed was the only day in a long time that I have not gotten my 30 minutes in, right? I'm really serious about this health and wellness thing. And even as I get older, it becomes more serious to me about getting my walking in, my water in. And so that's why I'm here to encourage you. Even though you're retired, we got to get up and moving, but do it in a safe way. That's all I want to say. That's the whole point of this video.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Townfield Drive.
It's going to fall under the series of broke and retired, ? And let me let y'all know that the reason why I'm doing these broke and retired videos, not because I'm broke. Let me make a disclaimer. I am not broke.
Turn
Repeat
left
after me.
Townfield Drive.
Repeat after me. I am not broke. What is this car here speeding past? I am not broke, but I want to show you how
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Sycamore Grove Lane.
How I retired and I'm not broke, right? These cars coming up fast. Whew, so y'all, listen. If you have a Y membership and it's hot where you live, I think I just went the wrong way. If you have a Y membership and it's hot where you live, take precautions. Don't do what I did, do what I'm saying to do. Learn from my mistake, because it was definitely a great mistake that I got up, thought that walking in 100-degree weather was okay. Don't do that, y'all. I think I'm lost. Sycamore Grove. I think I'm supposed to turn here. Hot dog. Let me turn my GPS back on. Let me see. Start.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
Let me see. I'm thinking, oh, I know where I am. See, was that another senior moment? Hi, y'all. These senior moments ain't nothing to play with. When in the world did these start? When in the world did these happen? I don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm not accepting it either, because the Bible said, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. So if I just slow down, take my time, and reevaluate what oh, here it is right here. Here's the YMCA. All I got to do is slow down and reevaluate what I am doing, and I would have less moments of not thinking clearly. I get mad at myself sometimes, y'all. So let me encourage you. I don't care if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Let's get out and move and groove and take care of ourselves. So I have arrived at the YMCA. Forgot school was out. Keep forgetting that the Y is full of children around this time. Oh, they have camp actually here. Summer camp. Make sure you're getting up and out and not sitting around because you consider yourself old or a senior citizen, or feel like this is not for you, or I don't know what you're feeling, but I just wanted to encourage you to not do what you see me doing. Do what I'm learning in retirement. Y'all, I am learning so much in my retirement years. I am learning so much. I can't believe that it's been almost 6 years since I retired and relocated. This has been the best. I'm having the best time of my life right now. You know how the Bible said our latter shall be greater? I'm living that greater. And that's why I want to do these broke and retired series and share my retirement journey with you, because the things that I go through or the things that I experience, I want to share them with you. Some of them so that you can avoid the pitfalls that I fall in, like walking in the heat. So I just want to share with you what I've learned, so that some of the things you don't have to go through. You can say, hey, I remember Judy did a video on that, and she said this, that, and the other happened. So maybe you won't have to be on the ground sweating like a hog like I was. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was bad. Every time I think about it, This is what I want to do. Like, ah! Y'all, just be careful. Stay in contact with your family. If your children say, oh, Ma, I don't feel like you should do that, maybe it's time that we listen. I know as seniors, we think we got it all together. We got it all figured out. Sometimes we don't. We just got to admit sometimes we don't, right? So listen, if you enjoyed this information, if you benefit from this information and think someone else could benefit from it, this is your girl, it's your girl, it's your girl, signing off. I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you share. Bye-bye.